right. Hey guys, what's up? It is John Hopper here from HP Productions, and welcome to my second tutorial. It turns out that this is going to be another Flash tutorial like I had done before, but before I used the free plugin Saber from videocopilot.net. What I'm using today is the Trapcode Particular engine inside of After Effects. If you know Trapcode Particular, I highly recommend getting it. You can use it for quite a few different effects. Just type in Trapcode Particular tutorials, After Effects into YouTube, and you'll find some pretty amazing tutorials. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show the clip of what the original shot was. Okay, so as you can see, it looks similar, a little bit different than what my original Trapcode Particular video breakdown was like. And the reason behind that is this. We'll go ahead and head on over to the custom particles. Now, if you've ever done custom particles with Trapcode Particular, it basically, you can set up your own custom particle to be emitted, and basically it'll travel away from the emitter, and a lot of times you use that with smoke. With this, you can see I just have these little dots going on and off. It's literally, they're just little circles that blink on and off. They fade in, not really a fade in, more of a scale up, scale down, and you want to scale them from 0 to 100, and then back to 0. As you can see, I have quite a few pre-comps here of other pre-comps, and I'm going to set this up as a free particle to use. It'll be at the end of the video. All you have to do is download this video and use it. It's pretty simple. It's also pretty simple to make your own. I'm also going to go into why you might like to create your own. But without me stumbling over my words, because I didn't create a script for this, let's go ahead and jump in to a new comp. And go ahead, make sure that it is 1920 by 1080. Make it 10 seconds. We'll go ahead and just make it 5. All right, we're gonna go ahead, create a new solid. Make sure it's comp size. We'll call this one Trapcode Particular. Oh goodness, making this late in the night. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add Trapcode Particular onto this layer. I'm gonna go ahead, and if you don't have autosave on, I highly recommend doing that. I don't do that because it can sometimes interfere, because I try to work really, really fast. But always after you've added something, or right before you're going to add something that might bog down your computer and possibly crash your program, just make sure you hit the save button. It'll save you plenty of time, trust me. So we're going to go ahead and let's grab our particle, drop it in, turn it off. I'm going to go ahead and create a null object. There we are. I'm going to go ahead and make that a 3D layer. Now, I don't have any footage to work with, but you'll be able to definitely understand how this works. It's pretty simple, and I'll possibly do a tutorial later. I just didn't have time to go out and film something. I got 2 kids, and you know, it's difficult. But let's go ahead and go in. Don't need to mess with anything other than turn the velocity down, velocity random down, velocity distribution down, velocity for motion down. I put it on directional just in case I might need it. Directional spread to 0. You can leave the particle count at 100. All right, we're going to go down. We open up the particle section. We're going to go ahead and select particle type, and we're going to select Sprite Colorize, because we're going to want to color it. You can leave it white but let's decide to do this. Go down to texture, and we're going to want start at birth play once. What was it? Give me a second. Current frame. That's right. Sometimes you second guess yourself, but it's always good just to run back and check and make sure that you are doing it correctly. All right. I believe it's current, was it current time or current frame freeze? Yeah, current frame freeze, that's right. I probably already knew that. But I'm a little tired, and it's always good to double check. I'm gonna click particle. I'm gonna get this warning saying your layer is big at 500 by 500 pixels. It's recommended to be between 20 and 100. That's always recommended just because it will keep everything running smoothly. But I want that definition and crisp lines that will be created by the higher resolution particle. Go ahead and click OK. Now, look, you can zoom in and you can see it start to generate. Okay, we're going to go ahead and while holding Alt the keyboard, click the position X, Y, click position Z, go ahead, click P on the keyboard to bring up position for the null, and we're going to pick whip the position X, Y straight onto position, and then for position Z, we're going to hit the 00 here on the Z. All right. So now, let me zoom out. We have our particles linked up. You can zoom in. They are linked up to. Turn to third quality. It's going to look crappy when we zoom in, but we'll be able to see what this looks like in a minute. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick top view and just move these particles around in space. Let's go 0, position, push it back away from the scene. I'm not going to add in camera right now because obviously I don't have a tracked shot. I don't necessarily need a camera for this. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move 12 frames forward. It doesn't have to be 12 frames forward. Let's go 1 second. So in 1 second, the null is going to move this distance. And we're going to go ahead and somewhere around here I want to start moving things around. Okay, so go ahead and jump to this. I'm going to move the Z over to here. And the X over here. I want kind of a zigzag motion. And I'm pulling in these bars real quick just to make it less of a linear transition and more of a sharp, zigzag, which is what you would see on shows of the Flash and such. But you can also make it smooth if you wanted to, if you're doing something like, say, the Quicksilver effect from Avengers Age of Ultron. Let me go to the front view real quick. And I'm going to go to that back. And just like I did in the original there, pull this one down farther. This one, bring it up. In the end, let's have it run down. Okay, go to active camera. Now you can see that it changed a little bit. Zoom in. Let me go ahead and jump these particles up. Bump them up to 2000. And then we're going to bump the size of them up to, let's say, 200 for right now. And there we go. So as you can see, with those different dots turning on and off, you're going to get lines that stop, lines that start, which is what you wouldn't get if you were using, say, lights to maneuver the particles around. That's what I did originally. I linked up the particles to something like 20 or 30 different lights and had them emitting the particles. It bogged down my system a lot. This, it doesn't. I'm gonna go ahead and, let's see, I'm gonna turn to full resolution just to see what these look like. All right, and so by turning up the particle count, we are adding more particles in, and you'll see these lines are starting to become more solid. Go ahead and move to 3500. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Anything else, and it's just going to kind of bog down the system a little bit. So this is the gist of the effect. All right, and we'll go straight to the end. So the particles coming down from there. I'll humor everybody that's wanting a camera. We'll add ourselves a camera. And go ahead and set everything to 3rd resolution. Oops. Go up here, click, hold down on the camera tool, like orbit camera. We're just gonna. That's it. There we go. That's interesting. All right. So now that we have our particles set up, we can say, all right, we're at the end, and I don't want there to be stuff right back there. So I'm going to start by bringing it down to 1 second for particle life. Now this is how long the particles stay on. I should have known because I'm at 1 second they would be there. So we're going to go 0.5. There we go. And possibly 0.35. Let's see, I'm going to move my keyboard real quick. All right, and we're going to go ahead. We're not going to mess with the size over life. If you were trying to track somebody in a scene, you would change the size of the particles here, and that would scale them up to match the size of your subject or actor. But what we're going to do is we're going to mess with the opacity over life real quick. I'm just going to add a fade off and a slight fade on. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click this little bar and bring it over. Click smooth, kind of smoothens out the lines. All right. Now, turn this up to half, just so I can get a little more resolution in there. And as you can see, if we'd done the lights, which is what I originally did, it would take so many lights to get this, and then it would just bog the system down. And plus you'd have to name them all different things, but you wouldn't get the particles turning on and off. We're going to go ahead and go down here to physics. We're going to click air. We're going to come down here to turbulence field. The fade in, we don't want to mess with that being at 0.5. We want it to be 0. And we're going to affect the position. I'm going to say 50 right off the bat. As you can see, we're starting to get the jagged lines. A scale, I think, oh goodness, I know I have my evolution up to like, let's say 1000. And the evolution just wiggles them. So if you were using turbulent displace, it would be the same thing as the, oh goodness, the evolution. Let's see, 5. No. 8. All right. After scale was like 1. Now, by using the evolution speed, it's going to change this and move them while going through. You're going to see it's wiggling. I think I'm going to jump that up to 5000. I just want something really radical. I want it to look like it's, yeah, there we go. Just constantly changing from each section. All right. So that is done. That's the gist of it. You can go ahead and you can add in more custom particles. You can even have some, here if you look, on the custom particle layer, under my shape, I did kind of a body shape, some arms kind of hanging off the side there. You can have them to where some of them come on more in the top or in the bottom to make it to where the different layers of trap code particulate that you add, you can add however many layers you want. This is just one layer that I'm going to be doing right now as an example. But you can have them to where there's longer particles on the top, particles that stay on longer on the bottom. You just give it some variation. So now that we're here, it's all the exact same stuff that you would do if you were you know, using let's say the goodness, where is it? Color vibrance from Video Copilot. But we're going to go ahead and shut that off real quick, and we're going to start to add some glows. So on stylize, glow, I always turn my operations to screen, just makes it a little softer. You can add more glow. And as a core, that's good. Duplicate it. Add more of a glow. Turn this up to 100. And duplicate some more. 300. And one more possibly. And make it, say, 700. So that's a bigger fall off. Now as you can see, it's very bright in the center there. Think about turning the original glow down to 0.5 intensity. Whoops. That works. I like it. We're going to go ahead and using that free Video Copilot color vibrance, we're going to go ahead and click fill in background. We're going to make our color. So that, I believe, is kind of like a flash. Now, there's one thing I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of, and it's these darker particles that are created. I think the only way to get rid of those that I found last time was to go right after and using the tint tool, change the black to white, and yeah, that really did it. I'm gonna have to turn down my glows now. Pardon me for a second. All right, that looks good. And we're gonna go ahead and we can change color, just push it a little more. There we go, got that nice color. Maybe on that original glow, it might, come on. And glow radius turn up to 30. Possibly. But yeah, that is that's the gist of it. It's a pretty simple effect, and you can make it as complex as you want or as simple as you want. Let's go ahead and do a quick RAM preview, but first I'm going to go ahead and save. See, that's something. It would have been so much more difficult to do when using the lights as individual emitters. Again, this is a three-dimensional effect, so if you, in theory, tracked your scene properly and were, you had a good cam track, a good track onto your subject, this would be a good, excellent way to start off a flash effect. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. Now when it gets close to the screen, you can start to add, say, like a turbulent displace onto it. Let's go ahead and just see what this looks like. Now you can definitely turn that evolution up to make it more, oh, I was going at full resolution, no wonder. But you can definitely turn that, that evolution speed. We'll go ahead and maybe jack that up to, say, double what it is. We'll go 10,000. And then when it gets close to the screen, when it gets to about, say here, about here, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get this down. I'm gonna add in distort, turbulent displace. Now I'm just doing this off, off the cuff right now. Size, make it say 5. And now it's gonna look a lot more jaggedy. You can actually leave this on. It'll be pretty good. Let's see what that looks like in front of the camera. Yeah, that gives us some good texture. Turn the complexity up maybe to like 3. That's good. It's very good. All right, and then again, we have that movable scene. We can move things around if we want to. Orbit up around it. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. Control Z. Nice back to that position. Another thing, if you set everything up like I have with positions, but you want it to be quicker, all you have to do, click on position. It highlights all of the keyframes, and then hold down Alt and drag it back. So I'm gonna make it about half a second, just over half a second. And that looks pretty good. Let's see if there's any, oof, that looks good. That looks real good. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and preview this real quick. I didn't click save, sorry. I think that's good. All right, guys, so go out there, film some stuff. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the custom particles that I had created. Where are they? Right here. At the end of the video, if you wanna just use mine, it's gonna be a 10-second clip. But I encourage you guys, create your own particles, Right now, let's see, let me look at the timer here. We're at 23 minutes in, and I've created, a pretty good flash effect, but I would like to make it better. You can spend an entire day on this, just making it a little more complex and a little more complex, but I mean, just look at that. Those particles turning on themselves. Awesome. I'm actually really surprised at how the turbulent displace is looking there. Also right here. But, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, things that I might be able to do better on my next tutorial video, let me know in the comment section down below. Please like this video, subscribe if you want to see more, and till next time, I will catch you guys later.